Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Dating My Budget. My name is Nita, and I'm on a journey to becoming a financial warrior. I'm giving myself financial options with the help of zero-based budgeting, the cash envelope system, and savings challenges. And today, I'll be stuffing $655 in cash, or $485 in cash, $170 in prop bills, for $655 in total. And as always, I like to get started with my cash wallet envelopes. Let's get into what we have for rollover. I do have a decent amount of rollover. It was a low buy past 2 weeks. So in groceries, we have $20 remaining. And, oops. So we're just going to roll that to our cash wallet buffer. And in a separate video, I'll go over what's in the cash wallet buffer. Card use, we have a total of 25, 26, 27. Let's see. Dine Out has 25. Then the kids has, I think, $4. Yeah, $4. And I'm actually going to leave this because they're not getting anything till the next paycheck. So I'm just going to leave that here. And Beauty has 20, and I'm going to just roll that. Miscellaneous has 20. And I'm going to leave that as well. Just so I have something, because I'm only stuffing 4 envelopes in my cash wallet. Groceries get its normal $40. That's 2 20s. Next is card use. It gets a total of $50. So that's 2 20s, 5, and 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, out of my entire cash denominations that I took to the bank and what I received, I got like maybe 3 nice bills. Everything else was pure trash. It's like, if you can rate the dollars from trash to a 10, I got trash. Home Goods is going to get 10. And I say, I say that it's not like the cash value goes down, but it's like Dine Out is going to get 25, knowing at least how it used to be. I worked for a credit union in the past. So when you get, cash and it's so worn down, ripped, missing parts, and it's taped up, you can put that to mutilate it and send that back to whoever picks up your cash. And, there's a whole process for that. So you can get rid of it. You don't have to keep it in circulation. But I don't know if that's a practice anymore, or like that people aren't taught that. But yeah, you can do something about these flimsy, gross bills. Like, I remember one time I got a bill that looked like, it was a $1 bill, but it looked like it had dried blood on it. Yeah. For one, I'm not touching that. So when I did see it this guy came, a business owner, he had a bunch of ones, and the way he presented them was just like he didn't care. Just here, I got it from my business, whatever the business was, and here I'm just turning it in, put this in my bank account. I saw that, yeah, I just go ahead and slid that to the side with a napkin, put my gloves on and counted the cash. And yeah, that dried blood dollar, that went back to Brinks. That's who used to pick up the cash in my credit union. Yeah, But I mean, and for me, that was the thing. If it wasn't good enough for me to touch, obviously it's not good enough for my members. So, but I just wonder if that's a thing anymore, or they cancel doing that. All right, next we're gonna get into my bills / month ahead binder, and we're gonna give month ahead $31. And I did give this denomination, so it's going to get 3 tens. 1, 2, 3, and a 1. So $31. And after this, receiving this cash, I'm looking forward to the next condensing, because yeah, well, they got to go. So a month ahead, we have 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 90, 91. I always mention my goal here in month ahead is at least $100. So we are so close. I do have one more stuffing, or actually 2 more stuffings for month ahead this month. Next, we're going to go into my personal binder, and my old wellness is going to get 25. And so we have 1, 20, 40, 60, 85, 86, 87. 187. Trying to get this to 200 before I spend from it. This year, my wellness is covering my supplements and any copays if I have any, just so I can get my sick days build up and eventually start my medical emergency fund. Next, we're going to go into the family binder. And so the kids are being stuffed from my side hustle income. We're going to go back to birthdays. Oh, and actually, while I am here, so we finished back to school shopping. I had a few returns, so I did that. And here's what's left. This is the envelope that I travel with, so I don't remove any of these and damage them. So we saved $920 this year for back to school, and what we have remaining is 20, 40, 2, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50. $50 remaining from back to school shopping. So that wasn't bad. I'm usually on target with the goal amounts. This year, I felt like I saved way more than I needed to. It kind of worked out because they were able to get school clothes, still kind of being in the summer season. And as we transitioned to fall and winter, they was able to get clothes as the seasons change. So I was glad about that, because I was concerned that, I still do have to get them new jackets. So it's one thing I know, but I'll be finishing a challenge soon, and some of that income can go towards that. Whatever I don't spend, set a new goal for the next school year and kind of have a head start. All right, next is birthdays, and it's going to get 21. And it is Sunday, my reset day. And this is the day that I fill up. I might go to the grocery store and get a couple things. I do meal prep on Sundays as well. Just try to make things as convenient as possible for me. When I do go out to get gas, it's like, okay, let me see what else do I need to do or get or whatever. So that one drive covers different, day-to-day things. Or if I need to plan on doing any type of couponing, I'll get that done and plan for that. So I was saying that to say that this past Friday, my sister, she has had an amazing career thus far, and it's gotten even better the past 2 years. So she was promoted, and we went to the ceremony. I think you guys have heard me say that I love Jamaican food. I love Jamaican music. Caribbean. Listen, I feel like it's a part of my DNA, but it's not in my bloodline. But I feel like it is, because for whatever reason, it speaks to my soul. But yeah, we usually do Jamaican food, some kind of seafood. Like, that's our thing. As Southerners, you grew up on Southern food, and like, yeah, I'm okay if I don't have any more Southern dishes for the rest of my life. Like, but yeah, I cannot get my seafood and Jamaican food. And y'all know my top is Mexican food. So, but yeah, so afterwards, the after party was at her house, and the food was banging. I haven't had oxtails in so long, and it was so good. So good. So I was able to bring me a little tray home. So I'm looking forward to having that today. But I'm just so proud of her. And we just had a good time. We had a good time. I did have to leave earlier than I wanted to, but it was one of those events where it's like, if it lasts all night, it's okay. But we have in birthday gift celebrations 50, 70, 95, 96, 97. I did get her a gift, which I'm planning on adding something to that. So I will be doing an unstuffing towards the end of the month. Next is sick days. And that's all the way in the back here. We're doing this challenge. It's dental savings. And it's going to get $25. And so last paycheck we gave it $25. But all these numbers are even, so we had $1 left over. So technically today we're going to color 26, or it's getting 26. So 25 from this paycheck plus that dollar left over. And let's see here. Let's do these 212. So that's 24. And then it's 2 for 26. So we are nearly done. All right, and so that is it for the family binder. Next, we are going to go into the home and auto binder. And the last video, I think I mentioned to you guys that JCPenney's had like 50% sale or 50% off. And I think in the video I said no exclusions, and not true. Not that it matters now, because the sale was done pretty much that same day or the next day or something. But I did make it out to JCPenney's, and knowing that my sister's event was coming up, I do have a lot of clothes, But one thing that I don't have a lot of clothes of is like, you know, more formal. I have some business, but not a lot. It's like, and then the business attire I have, like y'all know brown is my black. So when I went to JCPenney's, I found a black suit and I got 2 shirts that I could wear, you know, to switch out. And a pair of like flats dress shoes, and that was like $73. So I'll be unstuffing it at the end of the month. But I was trying to prepare because, from what I understand, she's gonna be awarded for even more things throughout this year. So I just prepared for that. So the funny thing is, one of the shirts I got like this green, emerald green shirt, and my other sister, she had on that same color, but her shirt had black and white plus a little like mustard. And so we came in there coordinating and not even, you know, planning on it, but it was just so proud, and like, you know, we there to show face and be her support system. And this her dream and her work, this is something she's asked for since she was 2. Oh, actually no, sorry, 3. So just so proud. And oh, you know what, I grabbed the wrong binder. Look at me talking, excited, skipping stuff. The other thing I was going to say is that these sinking funds just been coming in handy dandy, like for real. So my secure auto is going to get $50, and I got my new premium for the last 6 months of this year, or it actually rolled into January, but you know what I mean. So we're giving it, wait, no, I'm gonna give it 100 and put a 50 back. So we have 500 in the bank, 650 for next year's premium. And what's actually in my bank account is 719, because we saved 1,300 from last year for this year. So 719, and the premium came in at 562 and 50 cents. So I do have a little buffer going in, or we'll have a buffer left over. Next is car defense, and this is going to get $53. And this one I'm doing a 52-week challenge. 1, 2, 3. And we're about to get into that right after we count this cash. So we have 1,500 in the bank, 51, so 16, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 1, 2, 3. So 1673. And this is for my car in like my car emergency fund. Since my car is paid off and it's older, both cars that we own, like for if something breaks down, I feel like we need to have a larger goal. And so ever since I started my cash envelope system, every year I've saved $1,000 for car emergency, and it seems to work out pretty good. And this year I just increased it and did a 52 weeks challenge. And so here we are. This is the progress. So we are doing 36 and 17, and that's a total of 53. All right, so here we are. I'm saving to get a new car, and that comes to pass. I'll reduce this and probably only save maybe 500 yearly, having a newer vehicle. The eatery is getting $50. And so it has 100. We got to build this back up to 300 so we can do our next protein haul. Next is HOA. It's going to get 23. So 20 and 3. And so HOA, we have a goal of 650. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 20, 40, 65, 66, 7, 8, 9, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was 475. Yes. Home decor is going to get $30. So that's 20 and 10. And I have a goal here of 750. I would like to reach before I start spending from. And we have 1, 2, 3, 50, 70, 90, 400, and 420. And let me put this in the front here. Next is home defense, aka home emergency, and this is going to get $21. The goal here this year is 500, and I reduced that one last year. I had set a goal of 1,000, which we saved, and I put this in a CD because Ragnar covers pretty much the home emergency repairs, but I wanted to add to that, you know, have something on my side. So if, you know, we need something, it's like maybe I have the cash on hand or whatever, just in addition to what he has saved and planned. So I dropped this to 500, and I think I'm going to maintain it there. At least that's at the end of the year. I check in with him and just go over. We'll go over some plans. We have been talking about some things we want to do, but it's more decorative than repair. We have 1, 2, 3, 20, 40, 1, 2. So 1,342. And that is it. The purchase has been fully funded with 300. That is it for this binder. Now, the last binder is my long-term binder. And Bank of Nita, it's going to get 31. So 20, 30, and 1. And so basically I'm giving this is my cash wallet buffer. I'm giving it $1 a day. So at the end, we should have $366 since this is a leap year. And so we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 5, 65, 70, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 177. And I will be keeping this in small bills. I'm just going to switch out like the crusty dusties in my bill swaps. And then also I will use this during cash condensings to have something to start with as far as change. So it's like my multi-purpose buffer. And the last category is the new car. And last time we scratched off 170. And so we have that in prop. And so we have 1, 2, 3,000 in the bank. Plus today's 170, so 3,170. And now we get to scratch off another gem to see what we need to stuff for the next paycheck, which is my magic month paycheck. And I'm gonna scratch off 2 so that at the bare minimum I'll be able to stuff 2 diamonds. So we're just gonna continue the trend and go up. Okay, so we got 160. And 135. Okay, so we're planning on stuffing 295 with my magic month paycheck. So that's exciting. And we'll cross out this 170. Yeah, so let me see. By the end of the year, at the rate that I'm stuffing this, I'll have the border completed, and then I'm giving myself to June of 2025 to get this middle knocked out. Maybe even sooner, but that's my timeline. And I gave myself to June because that's my birthday month, and I want to have this 8,000 before going to the dealership. So that's the goal. That's gonna be my birthday month gift celebration. Yeah, that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will chat with you in the next one. I hope you have an amazing week. Appreciate you for coming back, or if you're new, thanks for stopping by. I hope you liked, comment, and subscribe. And I will chat with you guys in the next one. Bye, you guys.